Hop on with us as we dive into the latest topics, share some laughs, and bring you insightful conversations in and around the realm of ag. From down-home wisdom to cutting-edge tech, we've got what you need to fuel your curiosity. So tune in, relax, and let's kick back. On the Tailgate, presented by Wade Incorporated.
All right, welcome back to another episode on the Tailgate. I'm your host, Cade Moody. Got Gast in line with me and Riggs Ware in the producer spot. And John Deere's Chief Tractor Officer, Rex Curtis. Rex, we cannot thank you enough for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I've been loving Mississippi so far.
Oh, yeah. Look, we'll get into what all your trip has entailed and some of the lessons you've learned while here investigating our cotton industry. But kind of want to start off. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about the CTO position. Give us the full background.
All right. Okay, we're diving right into it with some heavy hitters. It's like a job interview, right?
Well, your guy put me on the clock. You got a limited amount of time. We got to get the content.
That's right. So yeah, I'm Rex Curtis. I am the Chief Tractor Officer of John Deere. You could also call me the Chief TikTok Officer because that's what I do. I travel around the country and I make TikToks teaching people about agriculture and construction, our equipment, where your food comes from, how your roads are built, all of that kind of stuff. And I love to do it in a creative way, whether that be music, humor, skits, all kinds of different stuff.
When did this start?
The John Deere role?
Yes.
I've been in this role for about a year and a half almost now. I think in a month or two here, we'll reach a year and a half. So,
Well, where are you from originally?
I'm originally from the Bay Area, so San Francisco Bay Area, East Bay, in a small in California standards town.
And, I guess you grew up in this technology, social media age. So, when did you kind of latch on to that and started being creative, I guess? Because, obviously that fed into this role that you're in now.
Yeah. How crazy is it that you can have a job in social media now?
Yeah, it is.
In the first place, right? Who would have even expected? You got to think. Growing up, I wasn't like, I'm going to start making social media videos, and that's going to be my full-time job because it didn't even exist. Mm-hmm. So when I first started getting into it, I was probably 18 years old in college, and I just fell into it. And I think a lot of people will tell you that too. Like, I was just doing what I loved, and then I started posting it online, and then I got followers, and then I felt almost obligated to keep posting. And that's kind of what happened to me with making sculptures. I was just making art.
I saw some of those videos. That's strangely impressive. I don't know how else to put it. It was wild.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting because the medium I was using was cheese wax, right? Baby Bell cheese wax. So you ever had those? You know, those
little...
Yeah, those red circles.
I usually just eat the cheese and throw the wax away.
Yeah, well, some people eat the wax. And they don't know. They don't. That wasn't me.
Some people make dinosaurs out of it.
Exactly. So I just thought that was funny. It's quarantine, so...
Oh, yeah.
I had a lot
I didn't
of time
even think
on
about
my
that.
hands. Yeah.
Is that kind of when your following started happening?
Yeah.
How big did your following base get for your personal?
120,000 on TikTok. Yeah.
You talk about finding your niche and running with it. That's crazy. But yeah, that makes perfect sense. People are locked in their houses and
scrolling.
TikTok took off, and that's wild.
Social media. You gotta have. You don't have to have a niche, but it's very favorable if you do. For better or for worse for some people. I think for me it was kind of tough because, hey, he's the cheese wax guy. But it's like I didn't even want to be this guy in the first place. I just happened to be that
Take
guy.
it on.
Like I want to be the music guy. I've been making music for years. That started way before I was 18. Been making music since 7th grade, something like that, and then another path, cheese wax. It just opened up.
Cheese wax.
But it was leading back to this Chief Tractor Officer job. It was doing all of those things. It was a culmination of that led to me being able to do this job in the first place.
So talk a little bit more about the transition from cheese wax to John Deere.
Yeah, so I was well versed in social media at that point because I had a big audience. So it wasn't new to me communicating with a large group of people. But during that time, I was going to school at the University of Washington in Seattle, and I was studying environmental studies. And I was working with a lot of local food cooperatives and small farmers on Whidbey Island and some neighboring counties. And I was doing social media for them. Because I kind of had a background in social media, I thought, well, I'll just try to do this. It's in line with what I'm already studying. And I was making music at the time as well. I was doing all sorts of stuff. And it was pulling me towards where I'm at kind of unexpectedly.
So I guess you now know kind of what John Deere was looking for in the application process. So how did you come across it? What stood out to you and made you say, I want to go try this out?
I needed a job, man. I needed to get hired.
Did you know much about ag?
Yeah, I mean, I knew more about ag than I knew about equipment. I'd say that. I was working with local food cooperatives, and I knew the business a little bit, but not at scale. Once you get really big global economies of farming, that was very new to me. And then big pieces of equipment, different types of equipment. I'm seeing cotton pickers now. You really never see that up north where I'm at. But so I heard about the application from my older brother, actually. He was scrolling on LinkedIn and saw it. I believe he got a text from his college roommate, works at John Deere, and he's just like, look at what my company's doing. How funny is this? They're hiring a chief tractor officer. And then he sent it to me and goes, you should apply to this. And like I said, I needed a job, so I was doing anything I could. So I made an application video. I thought, this is perfect. I have a ton of creative skills. I'm super into this business. That's kind of what I've been working in school. And I'm about to be unemployed in a couple months if I don't figure something out. So I just went for it. And I heard he went for it.
Oh.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
Yeah.
Huh?
I went for it like very, very low key, walking around with a selfie stick, explaining who I am and what I do. Nothing
So
like
you
you did.
You know what we're probably going to do here, and since I say it, it has
We're
to
gonna
happen.
compare 'em.
We're going to put.
We're gonna compare 'em.
We're going to put both application.
I think I sent my video and then deleted it because it was so bad.
We'll reach out to some people at Deere. and see
We
what
know
they
some
get.
people at
That's
Deere
right.
that can go find that. Dig
We'll
it
let
up.
we'll let the
Yeah.
audience vote on the
It's in the
application
files.
videos.
Thank goodness I edit this podcast.
Hey, but cut him some slack. You did make a video, though. You went
Oh,
out
yeah.
there and you
I
made a
didn't.
video.
I didn't
Right?
know that.
I mean, that says something.
I knew Riggs was planning on applying. I guess I didn't know that he did because I was like, I'll run the camera, because we were over here when we saw the ad come through. I was like, dude, absolutely go for it.
Yeah, I did it,
You
but
just
I mean,
didn't-
like,
you didn't show me the final draft.
dude, I did no editing, all one take, just explaining who I was. I didn't know it was that big of an application. I mean, dude went all out.
Well, I mean, they really did make it vague, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't too many guidelines, so I think you got a lot of
So
applications.
you had to do something to stick out.
What do you think about that? Do you think
I
they
couldn't
should've-
sing,
Do you think they should have made it more obvious what they were looking for? Do you think they knew what they were looking for?
I think they knew what they were looking for, and after seeing who they picked, I get a good understanding of why. Because there's so many people out there that do not understand agriculture, and you can help link. Because I know what I know about ag may be different than somebody who doesn't know about ag, and you can help explain the difference.
Bridge the gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, hindsight's 20/20, but now that you say, because I didn't see the application, but now that you say it was pretty vague, it's almost like they just opened the door and said, all right, let's see who takes this by the reins and runs with it. And obviously, after seeing your application video, I think you did just that.
Yeah.
And they probably saw a lot of, boring ones that were people just kind of walking around combine talking about themselves. But then somebody took by the reins, and that's what we're looking for. They're going to go to the field and they're going to make something happen. So
They
that
didn't
makes
know
sense.
exactly what they wanted
That's
until they
right.
saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Where does Brock Purdy come in the mix in the application? I read that.
Yeah.
I know y'all have done some
can we-
videos,
Can you call him right now and get him on the phone?
I wish.
but I mean, where
Yeah.
does he come in the mix on the application part? Because that's what
Well,
the
they
article said.
hired him to make the video to find the person. They're like, well, we need this
Okay.
video to go somewhat
That's right.
viral,
Yep.
so people will apply.
Use a
so
celebrity.
They hired him.
And now they're just
to film
keeping him
something.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, because they
he
saw him on a
farm
tractor.
his family farms where he's
His-
from, right?
His in-laws farm.
Yeah.
So his
Okay.
wife's family.
Okay.
I mean, our videographer shot his wedding.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, so they're
So
talking.
it was his in-laws, right?
You've got his number.
Yeah.
He is on my fantasy draft right now. Questionable. Ugh.
Yeah, it was his in-laws, and I think in the off season he posted a video or a picture of himself farming, and John Deere's like
Yeah, we got to
rubbing
run with
their
this.
hands
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
like, let's get this
absolutely.
guy in here. Yeah.
So-
So hired him, shot the video. It did do really well on TikTok. Got a lot of eyes on it, and people applied.
Wow.
Do you have any idea how many applications came in? I'd
Not an
just be
exact
curious.
number, but
I bet it's astronomical.
Oh, I bet so.
yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I think it was hundreds, hundreds and hundreds, but I don't know to what extent.
I mean, I saw hundreds of people posted on TikTok
Yeah.
of their application. So I mean, I bet there's a
A
lot.
lot. Yeah. Do you remember when you got the call?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What was that like? How did you find out?
Yeah, it took 3 weeks, I think, after I posted it. 3 weeks to a month. I kind of forgot about it. Well, they're not going to pick me, right? You never really think it's going to be you. And then I got an email, and I was in college. I was never checking my email for anything. Like,
Who emailed?
I was on Canvas school, and I realized they had sent me the email 2 days ago. I'm like,
Oh gosh, missed opportunity.
like, oh, brother. Yeah, and they had said, you're in the top 5, I think. And you're going to have to interview in some set amount of time. Blew my mind. Oh, my gosh, I'm in the top 5. This is real now. I really could do this. And then I just started studying from there until the interview.
Did you go in person?
No, it was on a Zoom call.
Zoom.
Did you guys talk to Matt?
I think
I talked to
Riggs
Matt.
knows.
He's the
yeah.
guy that gets in touch. He's social media manager, gets us in touch with all the people that we go and visit. And yeah, he interviewed me. And they told me, oh, you don't got to prepare for this. We just want to know who you are, what you're all about. It's not going to be professional in that way, like a standard business interview. It was the most standard interview.
That was another trick.
And it was. They totally got me. And I mean, I had prepared, thankfully, but yeah, it was pretty standard.
Rex, tell me your 3 biggest strengths and your 3
Oh,
biggest
yeah.
weaknesses.
I swear it was something like that, but more social media related.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great. Yeah, and then after that, it took a couple more weeks, maybe 1, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then I found out that we're going to get this thing going. I graduated school on June 6th, and then 2 days later, I flew out to Indiana to meet Jackson, Chief
Oh
Tractor
yeah,
Kid.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. I had a question about Jackson that we were going to get to. I wanted to know if he taught you everything you needed to know about the equipment. Because, you had a lot to learn there. And he's got the
Absolutely.
knowledge.
He does. He was my sensei. You know? It was the first trip I went on, and
Really?
yeah, he put me to work, showed me the ropes a little bit, and we're still in touch to this day. He's like a little brother to me.
That's pretty neat.
We shoot with him all the time. I mean, he's Chief Tractor Kid now.
Yeah. The goal is to one day have him on the podcast, but I'm a little intimidated by him.
Oh, yeah. He'd wear us out, man.
I know he would probably name what seat that came off of.
Right.
There.
Yeah. Yeah. What transmission that tractor had in it. What size the tires were. I'm like, dude, tell me about yourself, Jackson.
We're obviously going to get into the places and people you've met across. That's what we want to talk about the most. But, I mean, what were your impressions when you stepped foot in the door, day one? And
first gig, too. That's what's crazy. It's like, this is your first job.
Yeah. I was as prepared as anybody could be for something like that. which is not prepared at all for how that was going to go. I mean, I don't know if you guys followed it as soon as I got hired, but I mean, it kind of blew up in the ag community on social media. A lot of people were surprised, like, who the heck is this kid? What are you guys doing? What does he know about ag? And how is he going to help? And there's some merit to that, right? Like, I can understand with the title and everything, Chief Tractor Officer, he's got to know everything about tractors, but that wasn't really the point. So it kind of gave me a chip on my shoulder to really prove myself and go be successful. And it's hard at the start. You don't have anything to show. You just got the title and everybody talking about you, but I can't, give them the stats. Look what we're doing. Look at all this good. And now that we're a year and a half into it, I'm a little bit more comfortable in the role and have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Well, you got the numbers, and the numbers show that. But again, hindsight. But and what Riggs was saying earlier is you being able to bridge the gap. If you came in knowing everything about this equipment, you may start creating content that's above the head of somebody who's going to be looking at TikToks. Mm-hmm. They want somebody who's more relatable, who's going to talk about cotton, for instance, in a way that somebody that knows nothing about cotton is learning something. And
one of our first episodes on this podcast was with a social media guy, Jack Griswold.
Jesvold.
Timber Solutions. I don't know if
Yeah.
So he was on here, and we talked a bunch about the same. So a lot of overlap here, but man, it's the exposure. It's just to what you're doing, what Riggs has done over the years. It's exposing to so many people who do not understand what goes on in our ag world, and just seeing how something makes it to their plate. I mean, I think it's neat, and so many people have been opened up to that across the country and the world. So, and myself as well. I mean, we deal with a select few of commodities here, and little cattle, catfish, whatnot. But man, there's so much more that I eat every other day that I have no idea how it all works. So I think that's what John Deere's vision, I feel like, was when they did it. And so
I mean, just a comment, like you said, a bunch of your videos that you've done is blueberries, broccoli, cauliflower,
mushroom.
That
was wild.
Man.
But I don't know anything about those, so I can go and watch them. You bridging the gap for us on that.
Well, it's exactly what you told me yesterday about cauliflower. I mean, we have cauliflower in the house, fairly regular, and I had absolutely no idea that it's supposed to be yellow.
Yeah, you know that?
Yeah, he told me that.
That's the first thing I told him. That's the first thing I told him
Yeah.
this morning. I walked in, I'm like, you're not going to believe what Rex taught me last night.
For the listener, I was out in Maine a couple weeks ago, and the farmer had broccoli and cauliflower, but the cauliflower was covered, so you couldn't really even tell that it was cauliflower because the leaves were wrapped around the top like a ponytail. And the workers would go, they'd cut it off, and you'd reveal pearly white cauliflower in the center. And I asked, well, why are you covering the vegetable in here? And he said, because if the sun hits it, it'll turn yellow. And I said, does that affect the flavor? He said, no. People just want it to be white because at some point a farmer sold it white, differentiated himself, and
putting more work on somebody.
Got more customers. And now, they're on contract to sell it white.
It's wild.
Which a lot of people don't maybe understand either, that they're contractually obligated to grow it this way. You don't have a choice. If you want to make money, you got to do it how the store wants it.
So, I mean, give me some other wild lessons from the various farms that you visited.
A common theme is aesthetics. What something looks like dictates whether or not people want to buy it. You'll see that in virtually all vegetables. If a carrot is, maybe like a funny shape, they're not going to. They'll probably turn it into a baby carrot. They're not going to sell it full. If a pepper is kind of wonky looking, again, not going to put it with the perfect ones. Just how it looks. Even apples. They bred different kinds to look maybe one solid color, like Red Delicious, because it just looks good. And that's a really common theme. Or maybe when you're getting some cuties from the store, like Halo, easy peel oranges. You know, those might be from a ton of different growers, and they just kind of throw them all together, even though there might be some variation in the variety of what they are, which I found really interesting too. Like, this is not just one grower; this might be a ton of growers, and it's the same type of fruit, but under a bunch of different labels. You know, and I'm just starting to learn that. Maybe you guys already know that kind of stuff too. Just sending it off to a processor, but yeah.
So you mentioned Maine, so I'm sure you've been to a lot of new places over the last year and a half. Did you travel much when you were younger, and are you being exposed to so many different parts of the country now? Or
I think that's a polite way of him asking, is this your first time in Mississippi?
no.
It is my first time in Mississippi.
It is?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And like I said, I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time going all around the country.
Yeah.
Because we're going to the places that you would never go to otherwise.
That's right.
I mean,
That's
even if
right.
you're a farmer, what would bring you to all corners of the country seeing other farms? It's just not in your best interest to be leaving.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's like you were talking about last night. It's like when your buddies find out that you're going to Maine or something, like, oh, did you go here? And you're like, couldn't have been further away from there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Couldn't have, flew into there and immediately left that area.
Yeah. And I love it because you're not going there as a tourist necessarily.
What was your first thought when you heard about, going to Mississippi? What does an outsider looking in think about Mississippi?
I can't wait
you're
to see
putting him
Root
on
and
the
Riggs. That's what I was saying. This guy's been following me for months.
Yeah.
He's been in my DMs. We've been talking.
man.
No, we've been
Get this
talking
guy
for
out
a
of my
while.
DMs.
This weirdo.
No, we've been talking for a while, and I was really excited to come here. I didn't really have any preconceived notions about the state itself. I knew there was a lot of agriculture down here, and I was just excited to see it. I had only been to one other state in the South, Louisiana, and I absolutely loved it. Never been to the South, and it was different than I expected. It was so much greener and biodiverse. There was birds everywhere. There's swamps. We saw some gators. I just think that's the coolest thing ever.
What time of year was that? A couple of months ago?
It was planting
You
rice.
would know better than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
April.
Okay. Well, yeah, you've dodged the absolute months of misery around
Oh,
here.
yeah.
So you
Yeah.
came in April,
I
you
mean-
came in October.
It was pretty hot yesterday.
Yeah, you should have come a couple of months ago, buddy.
It felt really good yesterday.
Yeah.
Compared
So you
to-
guys got cotton here. What else is big in Mississippi?
Soybeans, corn, of course, like not necessarily in the Delta, but poultry is a massive agricultural product.
Okay.
Rice,
Decent amount of rice, little wheat.
occasional milo or sorghum.
Sweet potatoes, peanuts, catfish, cattle.
Catfish is big. Catfish is big. You ate catfish last
I
night.
did.
How was it?
It was delicious.
Mississippi catfish.
Can't get
blackened
fresher than
catfish.
I read that Mississippi's catfish industry it produces the 50 to 60% of the U.S. farm raised catfish.
Whoa.
Yeah, that catfish you ate last night probably came within 30 miles
Yeah,
of here.
right down the road.
Yeah.
And I love that. How lucky am I to get to try some local cuisine like that?
Yeah.
I think that's cool. And I'm curious to know what you guys think other people's first impressions are of Mississippi being locals here.
Well, I think they're always surprised.
I agree.
And they always come back to the hospitality. So I don't know if you've gotten experienced that or not,
yeah.
but as a state and it's the South in general. But they I don't know. You see all this stuff
Surprise is
online
the word,
that makes you have these preconceived thoughts, and it's not that way. I mean we're a lot more than that, and ag runs our communities across most of the state. We were talking to somebody yesterday, and it's like you see the times we're in right now. It's struggling, and you start with the farmers. If they're not doing well, your whole community just comes down, and so everybody rallies behind them. I don't know. That's my
Yeah, I mean it is. Everybody's on the same team because if like you said, if the farmer's hurting, then your equipment dealer isn't doing as well. Your local car dealership isn't doing as well. Your local hardware store isn't doing as well. It's just it's a true small scale trickle down economy in our little microcosm of rural America, and it's flip side of that, when everybody's doing well, when the market turns around, the place is booming, and you can see it. It's apparent. The restaurants have more people in them.
I
But
didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's so interesting because it's all interconnected. Do you think that is a huge driver of community, or is it also just that's how it is in the South?
well, I don't know if
And
we
the
can differentiate the
hospitality,
two.
everybody being so nice, and
It may. I mean, it could very well be a root cause for some of that. It's like, look, we're all fighting the same battles. We're all rooting for the same people. We need.
I think what brings people here and keeps people here is one side note. I think the South in general works hard. They don't mind to go out there and get their hands dirty in anything they do, put in the hours and whatnot. But I think it's just to me, it's a simpler way of living. I mean, I've traveled across the country in different places, and it's just a simple life. You can get in your truck and
slow motion.
It is, and that's peaceful or relief at times, even in our busy lives. You have kids and doing all these activities and all that kind of stuff, but we can hop in the truck and ride around back roads for a little while. People just enjoy that.
That's a great point, and that's part of the reason why I love going to rural places in America. I spent a lot of time in the city, and cities really push you to be hyper individualistic. Or at least it's easy to become that way. You can go a whole day without having a conversation with somebody, especially if you're not a really social person. You can get really isolated in there. And out here, it just feels like everybody is so kind, and they're so passionate about what they do a lot of the time and are interested in sharing that with you, which makes my job easy because I'm just asking people questions, and they really want to let you know about what they're doing, especially farmers, because that's what they've done their whole life.
Yeah.
And they more than anybody recognize the, I guess, the ignorance that exists out there of where their food comes from, where their clothes come from. And so when somebody does genuinely come into their operation and is asking questions,
They want to tell you.
they want to tell you.
Yeah.
They want to tell you because they know how important that job is, and they feel like the American public, the common public, does not. And it's an opportunity for them to get the word out. And it's
Awareness.
yeah, absolutely.
And everybody likes to talk about not just themselves, but the work they do. And it's the quickest way to make friends.
Yeah.
Asking people about what they like and taking a genuine interest in them. And they'll walk away like, I like that guy. I don't know why I like that guy. Because he cares.
Yeah.
He cares about what you do.
Yeah,
Well-
and it's just asking questions. People like to be. They like to, like you said, they like to talk about their work. They like to talk about themselves, and they like the
Proud
person to listen.
Just like yesterday when Joe told you, I got about 10 minutes, 15 minutes that he can talk to you. Well, an hour and 30 minutes later, he was finally able to let you go. Well, then y'all went and got on the picker for another hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wish I could, pick your guys' brains more and talk more. I know we're on a schedule, so it's probably going to be a lot of me talking because you got questions. But, if we were here for 2 hours, I'd flip this interview around even more.
Learn about each other.
Yeah.
Different walks of life and whatnot. Yeah.
Well, look, tell us about your experience yesterday. Let's talk about the Cotton Expo.
I've been waiting to see cotton for over a year, and we almost went and saw it in West Texas. It got rained out. So thankfully, hey, blessing in disguise.
Look at that, man. Silver
Blessing in
lining.
disguise. Now I'm on this podcast with you great people. Yesterday was so much fun. Cotton is really visually appealing, and that's a huge reason, or it's something that we really like to see when we go out on a shoot. Is this going to look cool? Because we're making videos. I'd never been on a cotton picker. Never seen cotton be harvested. I love that they use a John Deere cotton picker because it's one of the only specialty built pieces of equipment that John Deere makes. And that's why I was so high on my bucket list, because we make a sugarcane harvester and a cotton picker, and that's all they do. And yeah, I learned a lot about how it works. I got to sit in the cab for probably 2 hours with Joe. He even let me get on the sticks
Oh, wow.
myself.
You got to drive it, huh?
And pick it. Yeah.
No pressure there.
Rolled the bale
And
out.
then I was at the gym this morning at 6 a.m.
Oh, really?
Seeing how it was processed. And there's nothing better than seeing the full life cycle. You get it out of the field, and then what happens? Because that's how you connect it with people. the life cycle.
Yeah.
'Cause it's hard
yeah.
just showing somebody, hey, this is cotton, but to actually make it real in their minds, you got to show some of the end process
Yeah.
of that.
Makes it more relative. You know, so when you're driving down the road and you see a row of modules, nothing really clicks. But when you see like where this individual bale may be going and what it's going to become, you're like, oh wow, that's crazy. So
Well, in my mind, it's not complete yet. You've got to go to the factory, and then you've got to go to the
Right.
retail store, and
Yeah.
you've got to buy the shirt,
Yeah.
and you got to put it on. Yeah,
I know, if only. In the future.
that'd be tough. To
In
track.
the future, maybe tracking something's entire life cycle. It's easier with some crops.
Yeah, fruit and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because
It'll
it's a
show
quick
up in the store the
turnaround.
next day. But something like fiber, that's another thing. I'd never seen fiber on a John Deere trip. You kind of think of agriculture as food.
Oh, yeah.
sometimes, at least if you're outside of it. But
You food, fuel, fiber. That's the three F's that tend to are big in agriculture.
I'm going to remember that.
Food, fuel, fiber.
Yeah, I can. The person who taught me that is they're down there in Natchez, big farm down there in Natchez. That's what they do is fuel. They do all three. They do corn for fuel, then food, obviously, and then cotton for fiber. So
Okay, I'm trying to think now of the main things that stuck out to me about cotton. First thing, I was very surprised that they don't uproot the whole tree and that it's a tree.
Yeah.
Right. It's a tree, actually, and it will get very big unless they
Yeah.
cap its growth. And those drums carrying the spindles just take the cotton off the plant. And it's hard to get out of there, even with your hands.
Yeah.
So the fact that this picker can move at 5 to 10 miles an hour and then just feed all of that cotton in and then bale it in the back and then drop it is incredible.
There's a lot going on in
yeah.
that thing.
Yeah.
We've grown up around it our whole life here. I think the round baling, the baling picker was one of the most impressive things that I've ever witnessed. I mean, I grew up riding picking cotton and riding a cotton picker. That was just like very futuristic to me when we saw that come out.
So are you familiar with how it used to be done before the baling picker came out?
I need you to give me a refresher because he told me it was only in 2014 that they even got the baler itself on their farm.
Well, and then how long until we actually started seeing them here?
Yeah. No, I think it was about then.
Was it
Yeah,
then?
No, I'm saying 2014 is when they got one.
2012 is
okay.
when they
Gotcha.
released.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So used to the front of the picker hasn't changed. So I mean it's picking the cotton and then but it was just throwing it in a basket and it would just hold the loose picked cotton back there and then you would dump it into a bowl buggy similar to how like a combine unloads it to a grain cart and then that bowl buggy would take it to a module builder, which is this giant rectangle with a huge hydraulic press in it, and they would dump the loose cotton into it, and then somebody would sit there and man this hydraulic press and compact this cotton, and then you'd have a module. How long are
Well,
they?
that's what I was about to think. I couldn't remember. They're probably 30 foot long.
Did you see any trucks come pick the modules up while y'all were out there?
No.
Okay,
we didn't.
because some of the module trucks, if you notice, some of our module trucks that we're still using, some guys have transitioned to running flatbeds and putting the modules on flatbeds.
Stacking them up.
Right, but the old module trucks are built specifically for the old rectangular modules, and they would back up to it, and it had a chain on the floor, and as it backed up, it would pull that module onto it. It was a crazy.
So
setup,
the
but-
length would be about the size of a hopper bottom 18-wheeler trailer, or a little bit smaller than
Yeah.
that,
Well,
because that truck would pick it up.
Did I see something like that at the gym today? They had
Yes.
a truck
Yes.
full of
Yes.
the bales.
That's
Yep.
it.
So
Conveyor them off.
that truck
Okay.
also worked for the round bales, but it is custom built to perfectly house the old rectangular bales.
Okay.
That's how they
So
pick them up.
The rectangular modules.
Well, you've got to appreciate the ingenuity of these new machines
Yeah.
that John Deere has made because that's saving them an enormous amount of time.
Man.
And that's the one thing you can't get back. All these places I've been to talking with farmers, it's time. It's not always money, it's just the time that it takes to do things and how efficient they can make their operation.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about in that one, not even including the efficiency increase of the picker itself, but just the baling mechanism. You're talking about not having a bowl buggy driver, not having a guy on the module builder, and then, probably reducing the trips.
And how many things can go wrong in that whole process?
Ooh, man, yeah.
You know, your other machines you're working with that break down, that stop your whole operation. Man, it's just so simple now. Mm-hmm. It's neat to see. What about the gin? What was your highlight there?
They don't pay the gin to gin their cotton. The gin takes the seeds and sells it, and that's how they get paid. I was like, are you kidding me? So you're doing this for free? I mean, it's like the most symbiotic relationship in the world. It's like, yeah, I'll gin your cotton. You don't got to pay me for it. Just let me keep the seed that you're not selling anyways, and then I'll sell that and make money, and then we both win.
Yeah.
And then he said we might even pay the farmer after that, depending on how the market is.
Rebate,
I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, the rebate. I mean, what the heck? It was blowing my mind. He was just like looking at me like it was obvious, but
It was not obvious.
It was not obvious. So they're selling this cotton seed out to California to give it to cattle. I learned.
The funny thing about the little trip yesterday, and I didn't know about it. How you asked about in the cottonseed warehouse, the fluff that was on the ground. Mm-hmm. How he said he hadn't figured out there's this market for it, but he hadn't figured out how to get it. And the market for it is used in cell phone screens, in TV screens.
Yeah. What? So there's when they take the seed out of the cotton bale, it's surrounded by a thin layer of fuzz, and then they dump it. The second craziest thing I saw was a 70-foot pile of seed, just cotton seed. And when they blow it out into that warehouse, all of these tiny fiber clumps together, little cotton fiber. He said TV screens.
Yeah, TV screens.
Well, I'm going to have to do a little extra digging into that. That's pretty neat. Look at that, teaching us something.
Get you on Shark
Well,
Tank.
it told me something. I was like, really?
Yeah.
That's pretty neat there. Mm-hmm. But it's everything in that is used in one way or the other. That's why the seed, the lint, the small lint, the trash. I mean, every bit
trash.
of it has a.
We love
every
the
bit of it
trash
has a
around
value.
here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes
For
big
our
tomatoes.
gardens.
Makes big tomatoes.
Big pumpkins.
Big pumpkins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tune in 2 weeks.
That's right. Did you know? Has he told you about his dad?
I don't think I have. My dad grew the state record pumpkin.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Second
have
year.
Mr.
He's
Ware.
famous.
We're gonna have
Yes.
Mr. Ware on the podcast for Halloween to talk
Nice.
about his the state's largest pumpkin.
1,390 pounds.
Won it
It's
twice.
massive.
Yeah. Broke the state record last year and then re-broke his record this year.
And is he growing them too? Not just the big one, but also a patch?
Yeah, we got a patch with like 2,000 pumpkins in it right now. It's just
I heard that's kind of profitable, actually. My cousins have been farming. They just planted pumpkins for the first time up in Yuba County in California, he said.
there's so many pumpkins they don't pick anymore. You can go pick your own pumpkins. Do whatever you want with them. There's so many pumpkins.
You know what's crazy about pumpkins, and Gaston's wife is a big into decorating, and I learned this from her. But like used to, and think about Halloween or fall decorations when we were growing up. Used to, everybody had those nice, clean, uniform orange pumpkins. Now it's like
don't want that.
the uglier the pumpkin, the better.
Yeah, we got pumpkins with warts on them. They're called wart pumpkins.
Intentionally growing a warty pumpkin, and people are going heads over tails for this thing. And it's wild. I mean, and guys, I don't know if she told you, but Katie told me what she spent on the pumpkins on your front
more
porch.
expensive, yeah, for
And it's not cheap.
And I had them for free.
Yeah.
It goes to show, right? You differentiate
We need more.
your product.
We also have a pumpkin that grows full
Miniature.
size is this big.
Yeah.
That's probably $20.
Full size. And
Yeah.
it looks like a pure pumpkin.
Probably is.
Goodness. All right, we gotta save the pumpkin talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Couple
can't
weeks.
get too deep in
We
that.
gotta save the pumpkin talk.
What does a typical day in the chief tractor office? I can't say it.
CTO, just leave it.
Yeah,
CTO.
CTO.
You not see his belt buckle? I mean, CTO.
It's pretty slick, isn't it?
Farm for Profit.
One of a kind.
Farm for Profit made this for me. Shout out Farm for Profit.
Oh man,
Sent me that.
yeah, we gotta get him.
Wow.
Something. We gotta get him a belt buckle.
That was my first podcast before I'd done anything. I was so nervous. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, so are you
But, yeah.
helping plan your trips, or that getting done for you? What's
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Like I can go to our social media manager and say, hey, I think this would be really cool to go see, especially around holidays. Pumpkins. Let's go see pumpkins. It's Halloween. Social media. I mean, it's perfect. Christmas. Let's go see Christmas trees. I got to get out there. So it's a little bit of both. But a typical day is a lot of editing. More than people might think. I do get to travel a pretty good amount depending on the season. If there's a lot going on, like in harvest, then I'm on the road a good amount, maybe every 2 weeks. And that's only a couple days. Then you come back and you're editing all day. We take however many hours of footage we got, and then I got to cut it down and make however many videos that's going to be. And I got to make a song, full song, write, record, produce, play all the instruments, sing it, and then edit that too.
Where is that being done? Do you go into an office to
just my house?
Your house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The studio.
I mean, chopping down videos to make.
It's the not fun part.
It is.
It is.
But you got to fall in love with it somehow because that's what you got to do. It's a trade-off. And I'd say it doesn't feel like a job, but it feels like, it does feel, it feels like a job, but it doesn't really feel like work all the time doing this.
I feel like there's the thrill of going back and watching your content and finding that something that sticks out. You had it yesterday, a quote from our guest.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, that's going to be it. There's going to be a lot of people that like that and latch on to it.
I got a certain, appreciation too, because I've watched Riggs edit some stuff, and what he is and what you're picking out as far as this isn't going to go well, or that's not going to play well, or they're not going to like that. It's kind of y'all got an eye for this stuff. This drone shot they don't usually like this. They like it when it, pans around the front. And I'm like, Riggs, what are you talking about, man? Then he posts and he gets 1 million views. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
The new that everybody's going to be going to is the full zoomed in effect on these combines now.
Yes.
The videographer would realize that through social media. Everybody likes that zoomed in effect.
Yeah, and I feel like I at least was thinking they're shooting it horizontally, and then they're just punching in for TikTok, and so it's super zoomed in. Am I wrong? Or they just like that really close.
You could zoom in, and then like on some of our drones, like mine, you got a grid pattern. As long as you keep it in that grid, then it's your 9/16 scale for vertical.
Yeah. Well, you make some of the coolest vids. Like I said, I've been following you for months, and I've even said to the John Deere team, I was like, I sent him some Root and Riggs videos. I'm like, we got to get some cool content like that. Like, the ag people love this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I tell you what, your number one video of all time.
I was about to bring that up.
Was a cotton picker.
Yeah, it sure was.
I mean, not even. It was actually a feel for algorithm. Is all it was. Just throw a video out there, put a little.
Had a trending audio on it.
Yeah, and it got, I think, 38 million views or something like that.
38 million?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. See, that's breaking through to people that are not in ag. When you see that many views, you know that you're reaching.
Yeah, I mean,
he showed me the
Yeah.
geographical breakdown. And
Yeah,
I'll tell
there's
you,
a lot of
India's a big. They like cotton
India,
pickers.
Kenya.
That's so awesome. That's got to feel
all the
so
O's.
good. Yeah, truly.
I remember when you posted it because you kept checking and you were like kind of getting giddy.
Dude, but like it was crazy. Like you could refresh and it was just fall, refresh.
Yeah.
And that was when you were still on the parts counter.
Yeah, and I cut my phone. I cut notifications off. I haven't had notifications on Instagram since then.
Too
Well, you got a lot of followers and you got a great engagement rate.
I did.
swear, I was just looking at your account. You got like 500,000 views on something that you just posted. Was it Hasbula on there?
Oh yeah. Is that up there? I didn't even look at
It's
it.
got like 28,000 likes or something.
Yeah,
I swear. Yeah.
that was the beginning.
And
of
you
the
need
year.
to do stuff like that.
I know.
You have to make it, digestible for people. And if you put a meme in there that they recognize over some farm stuff, it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
The fact is exactly how I am. It's the video of a POV of when it's harvest time and it's.
Yeah, it's just you.
Exactly how I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. So what's the future look like? What's the next steps for the CTO? I know we talked a little bit about last night about how you want to continue to bridge the gap of understanding in agriculture. Tell us a little bit about your mission there.
Yeah, it's hard to say exactly where I'll end up because I've only been in this role for about a year and a half, and I'd like to continue to do this role and expand for the foreseeable future. I'm 23 years old. This is my first job. I'm learning so much and gaining so much experience, and I'll just see where it takes me, but I want to continue to create and help bridge that gap between farmers and contractors and people that don't know a lot about the subject. And I would like to inspire those people to do it themselves. Right now we help them a lot going out and telling these stories and getting a lot of eyes on it. But I hope then they go, after that, they go back and think, maybe we can start doing this too and start telling our own story, how we want it to be.
I've
Same
seen
concept
more
that you have here that we have
That's
like
right.
in Telefarm.
Yeah.
We want to go out and teach and train, and we love doing
Yeah.
it. But we want to put it in your hands and let you see all the features and the things that you can do with these.
But I've seen more of our customers create their own social media channels in the recent years, and I think it's similar to how people like you, people like Riggs, they're posting, and these people are scrolling. They're like, man, there's an audience for this stuff.
Yeah.
And if you've got the means and you've got the time, or you've got the people on your farm that have the ability, then do it. Tell the story. Tell a story, and try to fill that gap, because there's definitely a target audience out there that wants to see that content.
Well, in this I would say crazed world, chaotic world that we live in, a lot of people want to see the feel good stories.
Yeah.
They want to hear it. They want to see it. Just makes people feel good.
So. Tell them about the family farm. Show them the video of the little 4-year-old kid hopping up on the combine riding all day. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that takes you back to just
And
good
you
old
mentioned
America.
earlier, people, they don't know what they want until you show them what they want, or about the John Deere application. And I think I love that statement, and it can be applied to a lot of things, especially social media. You think, well, why would they care about ag? It's like, they just don't know about it yet. But when you post a cool drone video, I want to know about this. What am I looking at? And expand the industry.
Have we asked most memorable area trip you've been on?
You don't have to. You don't have to say this one.
Yeah,
rule
just
this one
because
out.
you're here.
This was
To be
Yeah.
determined.
We know this is your favorite, but we don't want you to say.
I feel like the content has a lot to do with it too. When he gets back and edits it all. So he can't speak on this one yet.
This is the hardest question I get asked. What's your favorite place? Yeah. And a lot of it comes down to the people, and the people are so great everywhere I go, and it's always a warm welcome when John Deere Chief Tractor Officer is showing up. I mean, I came here and you guys. I'm on a podcast. We got some merch. You showed me around, took me to dinner. I mean, I'm just so thankful that everybody is so welcoming in this role. And so it's hard to pick a favorite place. It's easier to pick cool geographic locations. So I got to go to Yellowstone. That was really cool. I'd never been out there. Never traveled the country too much. Now I'm in Mississippi. I got cotton is one of the coolest crops to see harvested because I love that cotton picker that John Deere makes. Maine was really sweet because we were on the water. Got to have some lobster. I've got to ride snowmobiles in Wisconsin from the 70s.
Was that a John Deere? Was that a John Deere snowmobile?
That was pretty cool.
I got to see, the Salad Bowl of America in California, all the different fruits and veggies and nuts that they grow over there. Hang out with some really cool people. I think I've been to 21 states at this point, maybe more.
Man. God, Mississippi's top of the list. That's crazy.
It's up there. I know. It's hard. Once you start mentioning it, you're like, I don't want to forget.
That's
anybody.
right.
It's just too much.
Well,
Don't worry,
I
they
didn't mean to
probably
put you
won't
on the
watch
spot.
it.
But no, absolutely. I'd love to talk.
Got to be
about
some
all the cool
highlights
things.
in there for sure.
Yeah, Michigan was really cool. Seeing some asparagus. Yeah, everyone's just got a cool story.
And look,
And
and
I
you're
love
telling
it.
them.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of what you're doing, and I know there's tons of stories out there that are yet to be told, and I hope you got the time to continue to tell them until they'll keep more stories will keep being created. So I'm a follower. I like learning about this stuff, and like I said, I'm in the industry, but you taught me something about cotton today. I mean, that's wild. Look at that. So I mean, that's cilantro. Well, I'm trying to think what all we talked about last night. The cauliflower. I mean, it's wild. So.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on too, and doing this. we're educating more people this way as
That's
well.
right.
And,
That's
That
right.
was our goal here.
and it's not easy starting a podcast too.
We've learned a lot.
Yeah, you just.
Riggs has learned a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it seems that you guys are doing this really for the greater good, and try to expand the business and educate some more people, even though this isn't directly tied. You're not getting paid every day
Right.
to make a podcast. You're
Right.
doing this on your own volition.
It's another touch point is what
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
saw it as. There's educational podcasts that we've done. There's informative, from other industries that are related. It all ties back into ag. And we're an ag company, so it's been fun. We bring these different people in here that you otherwise wouldn't meet or talk to. May not even see their stuff on social media, but man, it's opened up for me. I don't know.
If you would have told me when we started this podcast earlier this year that we would have had a senior vice president from the Federal Reserve, a U.S. senator, Cuz Strickland from Mossy Oak, who's one of my childhood idols, and the CTO of John Deere,
Yeah.
all before October the 2nd, I would have called you a liar.
That's season 1. You just wait
Yeah.
for season 2.
Yeah.
That's
My
been all
goodness.
in the last 8 episodes.
Yeah,
which we've done 22.
We've
but I
loaded
mean,
the deck here lately, and I'm a little
yeah.
concerned of how we're going to follow all this
we're gonna
up.
have to, I don't know.
Yeah.
We might have to start
impressive.
paying people to come
That's
on
right.
here.
That's right. That's right. Well, look, Rex. Of course, we want to pitch some of our other crops. Since you said you kind of make your own schedule. We got sweet potato capital of the world right here in Vardaman, Mississippi. We got a pecan industry in Mississippi. We've got, like guys you mentioned, catfish. If you've never seen them say in a catfish pond, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Noted.
Wild.
And that's a process you can see truly from beginning to end. There just may be parts that you wish you had not
Yeah.
seen.
Well, it's similar to the fruits that you're talking about that you can go out and get, from the fields and then go straight to the grocery store or to the table,
And then we can finish it with dinner like we had last night with the catfish.
Exactly.
So, last thoughts from anybody?
No, I appreciate what you're doing. It's neat to see.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
And getting out there and seeing a whole bunch of different types of operations, peoples, and hearing their stories and sharing it with all of us. We enjoy it. So
Yep.
Well, thank you guys so much, too. I really appreciate this. I had a great time in Mississippi on the podcast, and I'd like to give a shout-out to all the people that helped me out at John Deere, too. This is a team operation. It's not just me. There's so much going on behind the scenes with people looking over the content, making sure it's polished, helping me get to the best places, connect me with people like you. So it's a well-oiled machine.
sure.
Yep. If they want to follow you, where do they go?
At John Deere on TikTok.
Riggs?
Yeah.
Right here?
He'll put it up in
Nice.
here.
Or my personal Rextro Creative on TikTok. That's
Oh,
Curtis
right.
on
We'll
Instagram.
put that up here, too.
Yeah, that's where we want it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start raising your hand, pointing. He'll throw it in
That's
there
the thing.
somewhere.
That's what I've learned.
Anytime.
If you point or if you say it, he has to do it.
More work. More work.
That's right.
Quit pointing and quit doing. I will embarrass you again. You know what? How about this? All right, I'm not.
No, we don't need that.
Exactly.
Well, I hope we can do this again.
Sure.
Next time I
Absolutely.
come out to Louisiana, or next time I come out to Mississippi, we can do a little check-in.
That's right. That's right. Come see us.
sure.
You got questions for Rex, got questions for us, you know where to find us on the tailgate at wadeinc.com. And we will see you next time on the tailgate.